Deputy, a guy named Bill Kelly in the White House, has been consumed with the whole CIA leak case. He hasn't had time to help Harriet Miers do the Supreme Court stuff, so they've been very busy in that office. This now allows Harriet to get back to the work that's going to be needed at the White House, especially tomorrow, if the special prosecutor hands down indictments.
Well, you've jumped to something I'm going to get back to. Well, let's do it right now. Is the White House preparing a legal defense of people if they're indicted tomorrow? A White House institutional defense, or let them hire and use their own lawyers?
I've been told today that Karl Rove, along with his attorney, Mr. Luskin, who works for Patton Boggs, and others convened a conference call this morning where they began to plot this strategy. We've already known, and I've already reported that the Republican National Committee is prepared for, quote-unquote, multiple scenarios. They've got the book out, if you will, to defend Karl Rove and Scooter Libby if necessary. And today they're taking it even steps further to prepare for this tomorrow about how they will act.
Let me go to, do you think a pardon's in the future here for these guys if they get indicted?
No, I think that Bush is so ornery, and he's going to want to fight it out. I mean, they may have to resign, but I think they're going to want to fight it out on the merits. And who knows? We don't know. They may have a case. But
the president has been very respectful of this prosecution effort so far. He said a dignified effort. He said not a word against the special prosecutor Fitzgerald. Can he turn on a dime tomorrow and say, I didn't know this guy was overzealous. I'm going to stop him right now in his tracks?
No, I think he's going to say let the process go forward. He's not going to say anything, but he's going to support. He's going to say, Rove is I love him. He's a decent guy. He's an honorable guy. Libby is too. Let's let the case be tried. He's not going to deny it.
But the question, will he treat them as his own, or will he say, I'm sorry to see they have to leave the White House, because they are going to have to leave?
Yeah, he'll wish them well on their way out.
Is anybody messing around with the idea of keeping them aboard? Is anybody thinking about that?
I don't see how you...
Nor is anyone down there talking about keeping them aboard, not letting them leave the campus down there at the White House?
That may be the case, and let me tell you why, and I've not heard this directly, but it is highly unusual to have a sitting White House official indicted. In fact, the last time it happened was a guy named Orville Babcock, who worked for Ulysses S. Grant over 100 years ago. So most of the White House officials resign before they're indicted. So if there are no resignations tonight, and if they are indicted tomorrow while they're sitting White House officials, this would be very unusual, and there's clearly got to be a political or legal strategy behind that.
Well, you mean they would stay aboard to avoid being indicted?
Well, why wouldn't, if Scooter or Rove had an idea that they would be indicted, why have they stayed this long? Why not leave the White House, get the taint away from the president and the vice president? And why are they sticking around until now? I don't know that strategy. I don't know the answer to that question. I've asked that question. But there must be something there. I think it's an avenue worth exploring.
You think there's something here?
Well, it's an interesting thought that in the past, I just don't know enough of the history here. I'm pretty interested to hear that it's been since Grant. Because she does have a good point here. Why not quit now? If you know you're going to be indicted tomorrow, maybe who knows? Maybe they're going to quit tonight or tomorrow morning. We don't know enough.
Because there's probably so much freelancing in the White House. Do you wonder if they have the discipline to be told to leave?
Yeah.
Haldeman and Ehrlichman were told to leave during Watergate by the president. He fired them. He took them out to Camp David and got rid of them. This president may not be exercising that kind of discipline over his people.
But I have a hard time believing that Rove and Libby are going to be so defiant that they're going to say, we're just going to hang on to our job and to hell with you. I just don't believe that.
I think the president, every second that passes from any indictment, that person's still at the White House is a huge problem for the president.
Right.
And he becomes part of the defense. He becomes part of the problem when he should be part of the solution and act quickly and snap up these resignations faster than they can offer them. In fact, I wonder if it shouldn't be like Lindsay and O'Neill, where the president initiates the process to look even stronger. I think the president would look much stronger if he demanded resignations than if he simply accepted them. I think he should be proactive, forward-leaning. If something bad happens, he should be part of the solution, not the problem. Anyway, thank you, Evan Thomas. Thank you, Nora O'Donnell. When we return, former Senator Alan Simpson of Wyoming, a close friend of Dick Cheney's, on the vice president's role in the CIA leak case, matter. This is Hardball on MSNBC.
Hardballers is brought to you by Liberty Mutual. More than insurance, it's insurance in action.
Hello. Try a delicious apple. Contains all the knowledge of the universe.
Look, I know you're Satan. If I eat this apple, we're going to have to start wearing clothes and worrying about things like tax brackets and counting carbs. So, no thanks.
Hindsight is easy. It's thinking ahead that's hard.